meteorologist Abigail Tegler.
And keep in mind, today is a first alert weather day due to the threat of severe weather.
Yeah, our 48 weather team obviously on this throughout the day. Abigail joins us now with the timeline and when we can see the storms. And really, this is, I guess the best way to describe it is it's a day-long event, but in waves, right?
Yes, that's pretty well a good way to put it. We're already starting to see some thunderstorms and some rain track through early this morning. We're keeping our eye off to the west to our neighbor in Mississippi. They are under a tornado watch until 1 p.m. this afternoon. And with these systems moving from west to east, we can expect to see some of this move across that state line. And we're already starting to see a little bit of it now. Just to the south of Russellville, we're seeing a thunderstorm move to the north and east pretty quickly at this point, and we're seeing gusty winds, maybe the chance at some pea-sized hail with this, and definitely some moderate to heavy rainfall at this point. And then further off to the west near Baldwin, they're seeing some thunderstorms as well with frequent lightning, and we're keeping a close eye on this as it continues to push through. Overall, we've seen this in the past couple of minutes move from down to Hackleburg to Phil Campbell, so it is quick moving. It will continue as we go throughout your morning. Expect the latest updates with this, but with this we are definitely keeping an eye on that heavy rain and frequent lightning, those gusty winds that we've already seen early this morning. We haven't seen this size hail just yet, but we do have the potential for it, and we could start to see this fire up off to our neighbor in Mississippi. And then as we progress throughout the morning and as we get into the little bit of a warm sector, that warm front that will pass through, well, we could start to see some tornadoes spark up from that. So giving you a little bit more of a timeline with that hour by hour as we go into the next half an hour or so. We're continuing to track the system moving pretty quickly through. We're seeing heavy rainfall, gusty winds, thunderstorms firing up with this, and frequent lightning. If you are driving for whatever reason early this morning, that rain will slow you down, but if you see any pooling or standing water on those roadways, turn around. Do not drown. It is not worth it. Make sure you're staying safe out there. And with this watch off to our west, we could see things start to ramp up a little bit more as we go throughout your morning hours. We will get a little bit of a break here, as Trent mentioned, with the waves, but it fires back up as we head later into the afternoon, seeing a little bit more fuel and adding a little bit more fuel to the fire at that point. So that timeline looking at right now, we're not in that warm sector just yet, but it is inching closer and closer, and that's when we're going to start to see a little bit more things fire up, a little bit more storms tracking through. As we go into your later morning, into your afternoon, and then on, that's when we could see a little bit more of that larger hail, those stronger winds, maybe not borderline severe, but actually in the severe category for those thunderstorms. And we could see that watch issued to North Alabama instead of just North Mississippi. And this is an all-day event. We're going to go throughout your evening as well. So breaking down your next 10 days, today we really need to focus on keeping up to date, having that weather plan ready to go with your family and your household members. If we're going through this coverage and we're talking about severe weather and you know someone's in that area, don't be afraid to give them a call. Seek out all shelters that you know of and make a plan to get there if you need to. And when we talk about a safe space, that means in the center of your home if you do not have a basement, away from windows. But if you do have a basement, go to it. And leaving on a lighter note, but still a serious note, as we go throughout the rest of your week, things will clear up. Spring will be here, and once we get past Thursday afternoon, we can take a breath. But for today, make sure you are staying up to date.
This is your first alert